What up? I got a question for you. When you record your songs, do you just open the session, import your instrumental, hit record and go? Or do you make sure that your session tempo matches the tempo of your instrumental?
Mo Music Productions.
It may not seem like it on the surface, but the tempo of your session is still important, even though you may not be using the metronome while you're actually recording. Making sure that your session tempo is synced up with your actual instrumental tempo has nothing to do with when you're actually recording, but it has everything to do with what you do when you're finished recording. You may have a change of heart about the order of your verses or the position of your hook or anything like that. You want to be able to make those changes on the fly. You don't want to have to sit there and waste time nudging your regions or sliding everything and trying to like listen to it by ear. Yes, it can be done, but who has time for that? Efficiency, that's the name of the game. You just want to be able to switch it and see what it sounds like really quick. Let's fast forward to you finished your session, you're all done recording, and you're like, I want the first verse where the last verse is, and I want the last verse where the first verse is. If everything's on the grid, you can do that in 2.2 seconds. But if it's not, and you just have to slide everything and do it by ear, you're gonna have to spend some time to make sure you really get that lined up the way it's supposed to be. Waste of time. You don't wanna waste your time. Even flangers and phasers can sweep through their frequencies like at a tempo, like on the beat. But if the tempo of the session doesn't match the beat, you don't have that option. Regardless of if you hit the sync button in the plugin. Hitting the sync button in the plugin doesn't mean it's just gonna automatically make it sync up to whatever audio you have in the session. It's looking at the tempo of the session. That's what it's gonna sync to. And you have to have that understanding. Vocal stutters or any other kind of rhythmic things like that where you might have to chop audio, again, if the session tempo isn't synced up to the instrumental, you have to do all that by ear or by eye or maybe a little mix of both. Why waste time when you can simply chop everything on the grid, see if you like how it sounds or not, and be done? Honestly, this wasn't intended to be a long video, and it's not a super long list. Your session tempo matching up with your instrumental's tempo ultimately is what makes everything a lot easier after the fact, in the post-production phase of the song. I just had to get that off of my chest because, I hear people talk about their struggles with the post-production phase, and I get sent tracks that are always out of sync. I promise you, if you're recording songs and you're listening back to your mixes and you feel like, your delays or your reverbs they're pretty close, but they're just a little bit off, or you move some vocals around and you feel like that's where they should sit, but it seems like they're just a little bit off on this part or that part, I promise you, it's because your instrumental is not synced up to your session. Do that. Everything gets so much easier in the post-production phase. That's it. I'm going to cook up. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share these videos. Make sure you like these videos so that more people can get this information. Follow me on Instagram at MoMusic85. And follow me on Twitch at MoMusic85. Once I get 500 followers, I'm gonna start cooking up live on Twitch. I'ma holla at y'all.